Alright, the Lost Treasures patch notes is out a day earlier than the event. Don't really care about the collection event, Armed and Dangerous, mobile respawn beacons, all that stuff's cool, but not as important as the buffs and nerfs to our characters we play. And Lifeline's the first one. Her fast heal's gone. Now, if you've seen me play on stream, you know Lifeline's fast heal is the only reason I play that character. Like, she is insane in a fight, just being able to pop cells, batteries, Phoenix hits faster. Being able to heal faster made her one of the best skirmishers in the game. I mean, it is hard to go toe to toe with the Lifeline. From medium range, when she can heal, you can't really push her that well because of that fast heal. Without that, you're gonna have to play a little safer now, which I don't know. It's gonna take some time to get used to. Might not play Lifeline as much, but you can res a teammate. They also lowered the cooldown to 45 seconds. I don't think that really makes a difference, because how often do your teammates go down where you need to res one? I'm guessing at least it's going to be once every 2 minutes. I mean, come on, how often do you have to res someone when they go down? Maybe if you're in a constant fight where it's just never ending, I can see it, but besides that, no. I mean, that really hurts. But the care package does have more small healing and attachments. Like, they showed a clip where there's just multiple items on one side of the care package instead of one, which I think is a little better. I personally would like to see maybe a battery or a med kit thrown in there, letting her not just have small items but be able to get the big stuff too. I mean, I think taking away the very core of her kit, almost like, the Doctrine was nice, but the fast healing is what people who play her notice the most. And taking away a core mechanic a year into a game, it's going to be a huge play difference. But OCTANE, now, once again, if you watch the stream, I shit on OCTANE any chance I can get. I hate the character with a passion. But this buff really helps the things I talked about. First of all, stim activation removes slows and you're faster, like just 10% faster while sprinting. I think that's a huge buff for him. Movement speed's always been like his thing, but he never felt fast to me compared to playing Pathfinder, which I usually do. And ultimate, you can now change your direction with a double jump mid-air. That is huge. Right now, it is so easy. I mean, it is, I say OCTANE is more of a detriment to his team than a helping member. I mean, come on. When I see someone on an OCTANE jump pad, I see it as a free kill. Revenant, it cancels Pathfinder Grapple, Wraith mid phase walk before it activates. Like, look at all this stuff. It just cancels stuff pretty much now. And they removed the range on the Death Totem, which I always found weird that it had a range to begin with. Kind of defeats the purpose of a Death Totem. You can't really place it somewhere safe then rush in. But now, just going on the timer, it's going to be pretty good. But it canceling stuff is pretty good. The Wraith mid phase walk seems hard, but they also changed Wraith this patch. Drone for crypto deploys faster, and EMP now disable Watson pylons. They also changed Watson, so that's something I always felt was weird that crypto wasn't able to do. Like, the whole point of crypto was to push a team that was set up in a building, but if it didn't destroy Watson's pylon, she could just set up again, not as safe of a setup, but she could block the doors quickly and make it so you couldn't push as easily. And it's like, well, what's the point of the EMP push then if I can't push a Watson, the character people play to not get pushed? You know, it's like he's supposed to be a counter to Watson. That's his whole thing, and he just couldn't do that, which is weird. Loba, Burglar's best friend, will no longer be intercepted by Watson's pylon. Oh, thank God. That's the reason I stopped playing Loba to begin with. I threw it, it got hit by a pylon, and I was like, I'm never playing this character again. You just remove my tactical. Oh, will now only pick up 1 stack ammo rather than 1 stack plus the amount that was required to fill whatever partial stack you had in your inventory. Alternate cylinders now give 20% ult charge up from 17.5. Okay, that's pretty good for Loba. Mirage, it now auto controls. This is more quality of life Decoys will now say lines when shot. That's pretty nice. Like, all this stuff is quality of life except for the skydive, really. When cloaked, Mirage Holland for visible players. See, this one, I don't know how I feel about this one. It's like a visual add to the audio cue. I think I got a ranked win last night where there was a Mirage that was rezzing his last teammate, and he was silent. And I could still kind of find him, but I couldn't directly beam him because I didn't know where his whole body was. I think that was nice. Like, I shouldn't be able to beam a Mirage. I'll throw the clip in here. They're low, they're low. Oh. I didn't think it was that strong, but maybe other people were having different results. And now, you can now clone the entire squad while you're still with your squad. And there's a bug recently with Mirage Decoy where your clones don't work if you don't, like, stay with your squad or emote. And I think they're trying to make that bug show up less with this. Fast Hill in the dome shield slowed down. I will admit that was pretty annoying. It gave the entire team a lifeline buff or passive. Well, not anymore now it's changed, but I loved this. This was really good. But I will admit it needed a nerf. Gibraltar is amazing as a solo in a 1v1, and he's just the best teammate you could ever want, honestly. I don't know how else they're going to nerf him, because if you nerf him too much, he goes back to being the worst character, being big. And Caustic, this nerf's pretty big. Enemy barrels can be shot before fully inflated. That was always something kind of confusing about Caustic, that is, barrels were immortal. You could not touch them. But now you can shoot them like midair, and you can shoot them anywhere, and they're going to be deflated. That's huge. Like, now you can't just get thrown at a building. Like, you can just spray it real quick with like a hip fire spray, perfectly fine. It's going to be, they don't want aggressive Caustic plays unless it's with the ultimate, pretty much. And this is what they're going to stop, pretty much. Like, Caustic, as he is right now, with being able to run through the slow, without the slow on his smoke, makes it so you can play extremely aggressive with very little penalties. And I had a Caustic do that last night. I'll throw the clip up here. That pass low? Now, her ultimate only lasts 90 seconds, but you can have 3 out at a time, and in your inventory you can carry 2 stacks of ultimate accelerants, which is Watson. They immediately put your ult to 100%. You can use it again. So having 2 stacks of ultimate accelerants, pretty much, I as a Watson, I will reserve about 2 or 3 of my inventory for ultimate accelerants. Like having 6 ults, I think 2 is good. If they last 90 seconds, they usually don't get destroyed. And let's say you're in a final circle and you use your first ultimate, okay, 90 seconds passes, that's about a minute and a half. So after that, like minute and a half, the zone's closed, and those 2 inventory slots is pretty much all you'll ever need. I don't think you're ever going to have to carry more than that. I don't see a point if you're playing for final circle. So it's not that bad. You're going to carry less frags as Watson, but I don't think it's Watson you're going to be carrying frags anyways, because you usually sit next to your pylon and it's going to just intercept your own frags, so I think it's alright. It is a needed nerf though. Her pylon has been the most annoying ult to deal with in final circles, and being able to kill it isn't always an option due to where they set it. Wraith, now this one hurts, and I don't even play Wraith. It now takes longer to get into phase walk. Personally, I always felt like phase walk it felt clunky when I used Wraith since it was hard to get into. It's gone up almost an entire second. Like, that's a huge change if you've played Wraith for a long time. Now you're gonna have to get back into just reaction times. Like, reaction times won't help you anymore since it's going from 0.4 to 1.25 seconds. Like, there's a chance you could get beamed a lot easier before you go into phase walk now. But I will admit, they did add a little more movement speed in it. You do get slowed while activating the ability, so it's easier for you to get shot. It's a weird nerf. Also, her ultimate has a lower range, so it's harder for you to reposition as Wraith. She's still like the highest pick rate, highest win rate champion, and it just feels bad to see her get nerfed like this, you know? The cooldown is lowered because of all these changes, and phase walk does last a second longer. So I guess when you're repositioning with the portal, you have that extra second of you can't hit me, which helps. But at the same time, I would like to see Wraith get her Q and ultimate ability movement speed stack back. With that movement speed stack, I think this nerf would be not as bad. I know she's a high win rate champion, but she's also a high pick rate. People love to play her because of what she is as a character, kit, what she looks like. Her whole theme is what people like. And I don't know, nerfing her like this feels weird. Like the phase walk right here, it's supposed to be an ability you use when you're in trouble. It's similar to the Pathfinder grapple. And they're kind of adding that Loba, you kind of stare at your ring thing. That's why I can't play Loba. When she stares at a ring when you're throwing an ability, you can't throw it when you're in trouble, really, or you're just going to get beamed. And this is the kind of change it seems like Wraith is getting. Now, don't really care so much about this. The Havoc nerf's pretty important. Cooldowns. Oh, that's good. Cooldown when applied to re-grappling zip lines while touching the ground. I don't know. It's to stop people from jumping while on a zip line, but still, come on. When I said that I didn't care about this, I was talking about the weapons and loot. Like loot changes, not so much. But oh, Sentinel buffs. I like that. That's nice. Sentinel is a sniper that takes a little more skill to use because it's bolt action. And everyone knew the Havoc's going to get in there. There's no surprise there. The zipline thing is a surprise. Okay. Cooldown for re-grappling. I wonder how that's going to be displayed on the screen. Because that's kind of something people have like learned to do instinctively. Just spam, jump, E, you know? But now this makes it be really easy to just beam someone on a zip line depending on the cooldown. They're giving us no numbers here, which is concerning because it's patch notes. Like I want numbers. Like they give us numbers everywhere else, but then right here it's just like, yeah, no numbers. The cooldown will be increased. Increased by how much, you know? Tell us. There's no reason you shouldn't tell us. So teammates can now ping friendly gas traps. That's pretty good. Health bar for when used during Revenant Shadow form. I like that. That's pretty nice. Map rotation times now even between Kings Canyon and World's Edge. Alright, I will admit, I played a lot of Kings Canyon, not so much World's Edge. The split is switching to where I guess World's Edge is the primary map now that's in ranked, which is alright. I'll have some fun on World's Edge ranked. I haven't played World's Edge that much recently. Personally, I believe Kings Canyon to be the better map, even with all the third parties. I feel like ranked play on Kings Canyon is more exciting than World's Edge due to how many squads can get in Finals Circle and lower elo more easily without having a Watson to set up for them. But I'm looking forward to this update. I think it's going to be a good one. The lifeline the nerf hurts a lot, but there's also a lot more buffs for characters like OCTANE, which I haven't played really that much on stream, mostly because I just avoid him like the plague. I do not like him. But now you might see me play a little more OCTANE. I will check out Lifeline's new care package. The weapon attachment thing I think is pretty good. Oftentimes I will be looking for a Prowler hop up. I think if you're running Lifeline and a Prowler, you will have a lot more fun, because Care Package will contain 2 times more attachments when it decides to spawn attachments. I believe that will enable you to run Prowler and Lifeline much more easily. Like when I play Lifeline, I think I might just have a Prowler as my second weapon, just in case, because I believe it's easy to get. Just 2 times more attachments, double the chance for a Prowler hop up. But overall, it's looking like a good update. Heirloom, once again, I've said on stream, this will be saying it on video, I don't care about it because, let's be real, it costs money to get. I don't really pay money that much in this game because why would I? It's the gameplay I care about. That's why I went down to the legend updates before this stuff up here, really, because it doesn't affect gameplay as much. New area on the map. I will admit this does affect gameplay, just a small portion of the map. The gas station has always been a, how do I say this? A interesting final zone. Just last night I had a game where I was hiding behind this thin tree and there's a squad set up on the gas station. And it wasn't fun. We managed to win the game, but man, it was rough. And when you get in those situations, you think, why does this part of the map exist? And I'm glad to see that this is the part of the map they decided to revamp, because the gas station always felt like a terrible spot on the map. Like, I don't even care that it's Crypto's Town takeover. Any change to that map I would have considered amazing, because this was the most annoying spot to have a final zone. Because say you're in final zone here, there's people set up here, 1 squad on this side, 1 squad on this side, usually a squad on gas station or below gas station. Very annoying to deal with, but I'm glad to see that we have more cover here than besides that small building at gas station. Like, that small building was not fun. Having this area here is going to make it much more interesting, because you have a squad on top and a squad inside, and there's a little area right here. There's a lot more you can deal with just vertically. I believe that allows for more squads to slip into final zone and more interesting final fights. Respawn beacons. Okay, this is a gameplay change. I think this was an unexpected thing. I did not expect this at all, and I love to see it. In ranked right now, respawning teammates are extremely hard. Now, I'm curious because they drop down from the sky. Right now, we kind of assume that to be a lifeline or a care package. Will people push those drop downs from the sky if they see it? Oftentimes, I will not see myself be pushed as a lifeline, because I do play lifeline quite a bit. I don't see myself being pushed when I drop my ult. Now, with this, I wonder if people will push it more, because it's a respawn beacon. People push respawn beacons in ranked. I look forward to seeing how they implement this and how players respond to it, you know? I did see in the video, something that I worried about the respawn beacon is a inventory spot. Like, what would I drop for a respawn beacon? Would it be a frag? Would it be a healing item? And it looked like the respawn beacon had its own inventory spot, which I think is very important for people to run it. Like, if it has its own respawn, like, inventory spot, there's no reason for you not to pick it up, which I think supports team play tremendously. Like, I like being a team player. It's always fun to be a team player. But when you start hurting yourself to be a team player, the game starts to not be as fun for you. And this makes it so it's fun for everyone. I really like that. The Armed and Dangerous LTM, I'll talk about that. I usually don't like this limited time game mode because usually it's with white shields. I did not like that because it just felt like you get headshot by a sniper, then body shot and you're dead. 2-shot kill. It felt annoying and tedious. And also with white armors, when you get hit by a Mastiff or a Peacekeeper back in the day when it was in the regular loot pool, it felt terrible. It really did. But now we are getting Evo shields, meaning the more aggressive you play in this game mode, the more you are rewarded. Something else I hope they change about this game mode is, if you remember the game mode, healing items did not drop that much in this game mode. It was hard to get healing in this game mode. You really had to shield swap a lot. I hope they took that into account and up the healing item spawn in this game mode, because with Evo armor, you're going to have to use shield cells or a battery to fully charge yourself as you evolve it, which means if everyone has Evo, everyone's doing that. Everyone's using, at least if they're good, 4 shield cells to get that Evo shield up. So hey, we're gonna see a lot of medkits use medkits, shield cells, so I hope healing items spawn more. Lost Treasure collection event. I don't really care about collection events. It's kind of a way for them to make money, incentivize spending, and I don't really care about skins in games. So the collection event is the least important part of this. I'll get like the free skin, but besides that, I'm not really sweating the collection event. Not really worried about it. I look forward to the challenges we get though. Overall, the update looks really good. A lot of meta changes are going to be seen. I wish we got to play ranked on Crypto's Town Takeover on Kings Canyon. Like, a lot of these changes are going to affect ranked a lot. Like the mobile respawn banner. Like, ranked is my favorite game mode in not Kings Canyon. Well, Kings Canyon is my favorite map for ranked, but it's my favorite game mode on Apex. Like, ranked, I know not everyone will agree with me that I think it's the best game mode. The game's more serious, everyone's trying, and that's why I love it. But overall, that's the update. I look forward to playing it. This video ended up being a little longer than I expected, but the patch notes, there's a lot of good changes in here, and I'm looking forward to playing on this patch.